This is potentially a make-or-break week for President Biden's agenda, from infrastructure to voting rights. As soon as today, a bipartisan group of senators could reveal the details of their roughly $1 trillion infrastructure plan. At the same time, the Senate is gearing up for a key vote on election reform. Here to break it all down for us, NBC News Capitol Hill correspondent Leanne Caldwell. Leanne, let's start with infrastructure today. Any update on when we might see this bipartisan group's plan and potentially a path to 60 votes?
Aaron, we actually do have a little bit of an update. Our sources are telling us that the details of this $579 billion plan is likely to not be released today. And part of that is because they're still trying to figure out how exactly to pay for this legislation. The gas tax index to inflation moving forward is the biggest sticking point. Let's listen to how two senators, Senator Sanders and then Senator Rob Portman, talked about this on Meet the Press.
What is in the bipartisan bill in terms of spending is, from what I can see, mostly good. It is roads and bridges, and we need to do that. That is what we are proposing in our legislation, but in much greater numbers.
I was interested in hearing from my colleague, Senator Sanders. You said at one point, with regard to the $6 trillion package, the list goes on, and that's the problem. I mean, it's not about infrastructure. It's kind of a $6 trillion grab bag of progressive priorities. Ours is about core infrastructure.
So while they're still trying to cross all the T's, dot all the I's on this bipartisan infrastructure plan, Democrats, led by Senator Sanders, are moving forward on a partisan infrastructure plan that's much broader than traditional infrastructure that, Aaron, could cost upwards of $6 trillion.
Leanne, let's turn to voting rights now. The Senate is supposed to take up a key procedural vote on that issue as soon as tomorrow. Where do things stand right now?
Well, what they're trying to do, these Democrats, they know it's not going to pass the Senate because it would need the support of 10 Republicans, and they just don't have that. So what they're going to do is they're likely to take a compromise version of the voting rights legislation authored by Senator Joe Manchin, because he supports that, and put that up to a vote on the floor. It's actually a procedural vote, but it's a really critical vote on if this can move forward. So with Senator Manchin's support, which it's likely to have, it means that Democrats can say that it's just Republicans who are opposed to this voting rights legislation. So it'll be good messaging moving forward, and it'll show the progressive base that Democrats are trying to do everything they can to pass it, even though they can't get those 10 votes in the Senate by Republicans, Aaron.
All right, Leanne Caldwell on the Hill for us today. Leanne, thanks.